So it's with great pleasure that I welcome you all here tonight to launch the Prospectus. It's the Narrabri Shire Industrial and Logistics Hub Prospectus, which is a real mouthful, so we might look at changing that. I'd now like to introduce Mayor Cathy Redding to say a few words. Cathy.
Thank you everyone for joining us this evening, especially those who have travelled quite a distance to be with us. But I'm sure by the end of the evening you'll appreciate the fact that you've come. I'd also like to begin and acknowledge the Kamilaroi people, traditional owners of the land on which we meet, and pay my respect to their elders past, present and emerging. On behalf of Narrabri Shire Council, I offer a very warm welcome to everyone here this evening, particularly our guests who have travelled, and I would like to particularly thank our Deputy Premier, the Minister for Regional New South Wales, Minister for Industry and Trade, the Honourable John Barilaro. I would also like to thank my fellow Narrabri Shire councillors who have attended this evening, including Deputy Mayor Councillor Rob Neal, Councillor Ron Campbell and Councillor Cameron Staines. I would also like to thank and recognise representatives who travelled large distances to attend tonight, including Department of Infrastructure and Transport, Cities and Regional Development, ARTC, Santos and many local road, rail and port, freight and logistics organisations. The representatives from all our local businesses are also very important to be here tonight. Now, over the past 2 years, Council has been working tirelessly on a proposal for an industrial and logistics hub. And that hub, we plan to meet the needs of the Northern Inland region and to take advantage of key strategic locations, particularly those set on the Inland Rail route and our accessibility to major ports and capital cities. Once the hub is built and interconnected with Inland Rail, we presently have access to Sydney and Newcastle ports. With Inland Rail, it will give us additional access to Melbourne, Brisbane, and going back through parks across to Adelaide. So that is virtually, we can get anywhere in Australia from our hub. And now, moving quickly from proposal to development, the project will present major investment opportunities for transport and logistic operators, manufacturers, agribusinesses and service providers, and offer a competitive advantage to businesses requiring state, national and global distribution. Not only will Narrabri Shire see the investment opportunities, the hub will also enhance opportunities for regional employment, and current estimates indicating approximately 1,000 new jobs stemming from the development of our industrial and logistics hub. That is massive, and a 7% increase in our population. The hub will also assist in strengthening the existing economy and continue to increase on the current $1.2 billion in gross regional product that leaves our Shire at present. The Industrial and Logistics Hub project is in line with Narrabri Shire's vision, which was set by the community to be a strong and vibrant regional growth centre. And I think we're well on that path to achieve that outcome. Council certainly listened to the community and are delivering on our core economic development strategy of diversification of the local economy, which aligns with several of the state government priorities for regional New South Wales, including improving freight networks, providing attractive environments for business, and creating vibrant places to live and work. Council is currently fielding several inquiries from a large and diverse range of businesses across many of the industry sectors that are interested in the prospect of relocating or expanding their operation to the Narrabri hub. It is really, truly an exciting time for Narrabri Shire. With the launch of the Industrial and Logistics Hub beginning, and it is the beginning of an activation precinct within northern New South Wales region that will be set to provide endless opportunities for the whole region. And to you all, I hope that we keep in touch, and I look forward to continuing that journey with all of you. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Mayor Reading. I'd now like to introduce Narrabri Shire Council General Manager, Mr. Stuart Todd, to come and speak about the Hub project.
Thank you, Lindsay. I'd like to acknowledge the Deputy Premier, who spent most of his afternoon with Narrabri Shire this afternoon, and we definitely gave him a good brief of what's happening and what's going on around the Shire. So on behalf of the Council, John, I'd like to thank you for the time you spent with us this afternoon. To Madam Mayor, councillors, ex-mayors, ex-councillors in the room as well, and obviously everyone in the room tonight as your invited guests to tonight's event. There's been a mountain of work and effort to get us to tonight, and I speak there on behalf of all the staff of Narrabri Shire Council that's been involved in getting the project up to where we are to tonight. And it's again my pleasure as General Manager to brief the room on the Narrabri Industrial and Logistics Hub. There was a clear message from the Narrabri Shire community very early on that they wanted Narrabri Shire Council to take as much advantage as it can when the Inland Rail become really reality from the federal government. There was a clear message straight to Council that we had to do something about it. So Council went about and really set 3 high-level objectives. One of those was to leverage our competitive advantages. The second one was we've seen, and I think everyone in the room would have seen, the economic diversification and what it's been able to do for our local economy. So that was central to the project and a main driving objective. And obviously jobs growth through valuating and manufacturing opportunities of the produce that we already currently produce in the Shire. What the Council's done to get us to today, we analysed those competitive advantages and really got a really good idea of what they are, what made us unique from other councils and other LGAs, especially along the Inland Rail route. We developed the hub concept. We then went about locating the right place in the Shire for it. As you're all aware, if you're a local, we are often affected by flood, and that was obviously a key criteria. We also wanted to make sure we had access to the right utilities to leverage that manufacturing and valuating capability. And we obviously wanted connections to road and rail freight corridors. From that point, we went away, and with the help of Paul Thomas, who's in the room tonight, we obtained options on the primary site location. We then had the pleasure to actually brief the Deputy Premier on the project and pitch it both to the federal and state government, and got a great amount of support at that point. And from that, we actually gained a $300,000 grant, which allowed us to undertake a strategic business case, feasibility study, and the prospectus that we're now here tonight to launch. And if you follow the Council business papers, Council in the last couple of months actually has initiated those options, taken them out, and has now purchased the 240 hectares of the site that's located for the hub moving forward. The strategic business case which Council adopted has a BCR of 2.3, so that's a return. Every dollar that's invested, there's a $2.30 return for the project, which is a great result. Inside the business case, there's both gas and non-gas options, because as most in the room as well know, the Narrabri Gas project is under assessment at the moment. And as the Mayor alluded to, the site has the ability to host up to 1,000 jobs, which is the 7% population increase that she spoke about. The features of the hub, obviously with the utilities, we've got high voltage power, potable water, high-speed telecommunications, the inland rail connectivity, existing rail connectivity, and it's located on key freight routes. The idea was to keep the hub open as possible for potential investors, and just some industries that we had in mind for relocation to the site have been micro-liquefied natural gas plants, fertiliser and explosives, bricks and cement production, refrigeration, plastic production, water tanks, plastic wrappings, gas engine replacement of diesel engines, both in trucks and trains, windows and glass manufacturing, insulation products, chemicals, polymers and rubbers are just some of the industries that we've tried to open this hub site up for. And as you know, about a month ago in this very room, Perdaman and Santos signed heads of agreement, which actually Perdaman are looking to establish themselves in the hub site, which is a $1.2 billion investment, which is wonderful for the Shire. And that will bring, if it comes off, 700 construction jobs and 200 jobs ongoing, which is a great result. This is a generation-changing project being driven by the Narrabri Shire Council, partnering heavily with the state government, as I've mentioned, and we're going to see it come to fruition for the benefit of generations to come. Thank you.
So thanks, Stuart. It's all very exciting, isn't it? So it's my pleasure to ask the Deputy Premier of New South Wales, Mr John Barilaro, and Mayor Cathy Redding to officially unveil to you the Industrial and Logistics Hub Prospectus.
Okay, so, well, look, firstly, good evening, and to you, Madam Mayor, thank you for your hospitality today. I also want to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of these lands and pay my respect to elders past and present, and to all of you, councillors, stakeholders, council staff, the team that's been behind this project, and of course our community leaders and business leaders, because this is a partnership in relation to, I think, a moment in time for Narrabri that in decades ahead they'll look back to this period where you've changed the shape, the feel of this great city to a point where you'll become a regional city that will be part of the engine room of the New South Wales economy. You're already that, but you have an opportunity to leverage that local competitive advantage. Diversifying local economies are important. It's something that the New South Wales Government, through our Growing Local Economies Fund, we've been focused on. The opportunity to grow jobs, good jobs, great jobs, diversity in our jobs in the regions are very, very important. And this is in line with exactly what the New South Wales Government is doing through the Inland Rail Corridor. The Inland Rail otherwise is just a spine through the state. We've got to take advantage. What we're doing in Parks with the Parks Inland Port, where we've got an opportunity to diversify that economy, attract new industries and businesses. Well, the same opportunity, of course, exists here in Narrabri. Add to that the advantage and the possibility with the decision on Santos gas later this year or early next year will give you the advantage in relation to energy, and it will give you the opportunity to attract industries that other areas won't. So it is an exciting period, an exciting time. I do remember being pitched this in 2017 with Melinda Pavey, I think Mark Coulton was there, Kevin Humphries, I think even Duncan Gay. I remember it being pitched to me then. And to be here today to officially launch the prospectus, can I say congratulations. You've taken it from an idea to now a vision, one that is tangible, a fantastic site that I had an opportunity to see today. And with that, we get to rename it with the launch of today's prospectus, and the new name will be the Northern New South Wales Inland Port. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, John. If you'd just like to turn your attention to the screen, we've got one premiere video, actually the promotional video that sits alongside the prospectus. So if you'd all like to turn and take it all in.
Nation-building inland rail infrastructure, a strong agricultural sector, resources projects and an industrial and logistics hub born from a visionary and proactive Narrabri Shire Council have combined to provide unrivalled investment opportunities. The Northern New South Wales Inland Port sits on the junction of the Newell and Kamilaroi highways and is a key strategic location on the inland rail route. The Inland Port is a 240-hectare site located 7 kilometres west of Narrabri. The site will boast high-voltage electricity, portable water, high-speed fibre telecommunications, with the potential to locally source commercial quantities of gas. The Inland Port will place major road and rail freight corridors at your disposal. The Inland Port is located within one of the strongest agricultural production regions in Australia and is also home to an established and growing resources sector. The Inland Port is the ideal location to base your value add and manufacturing operations. With reduced freight costs and increased export opportunities, the inland port will be at the heart of your freight and logistics movements from northern New South Wales to the world.
There's plenty of promotional material that's been dropped on the table, so take that away with you. And stay and have a drink with us, and some food and good times and network. Thanks very much.